Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Monday Night Live. And tonight I'm going to make a bunch of projects. I'm going to make a couple of swags, and Joette is going to make a lantern swag. And so Joette's a member of our design team, and many of you know her. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to make a really pretty swag, or it could also be used as a centerpiece. So let's get started. I'm going to put this actually into the overhead camera here. And I'm going to take some of my Bowdabra bow wire, and I'm going to cut a piece that's long enough. Where's my scissors? I'm going to cut a piece that's long enough that I can lay it down into the Bowdabra and fold it in half and tuck it underneath. And then what I'm going to do is take my ferns, and I'm just going to lay them going this way, and take my other fern and lay it this way here. So like I said, this could be used as a centerpiece. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Sandy Sandler, the creator of the Bowdabra. And every Monday night, so we just lay these, and these are just Dollar Tree florals. And I have this really pretty palm ribbon that will go down in here. And if we were going to make this like a centerpiece, then I would have this going this way so it's even on both sides. And then I'm just going to take my ribbon here and twist it and fold it back over. Whoops, doesn't want to stay twisted. Hi, Sue. Hi, Talisa. And Cher, hello. And I think we get all of our YouTube viewers first, and then Facebook comes on. So I'm not sure how that works, but I'm glad that all of you were able to join me tonight, and Joette. And all I'm doing here is folding my ribbon, and I'm twisting it so that the wrong side of the ribbon, or the ugly side of the ribbon, is on the inside of my loops. So all I'm doing is just folding and twisting. And for those of you who watch our videos and ask me for the lengths of the ribbon that's in the video, I just want to let you all know that we always have the materials list down in the description of the video. And I don't usually worry about measurements. Just going to take this and scrunch this down. I don't usually worry about measurements too much. I just kind of go with the flow. So I'm just going to lay this down in here. Actually, lay this flower here, lay this one here, and just put this one right down into the middle. And again, I'm going to take my wand, and scrunch everything down. And now I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, bring it back up to the top. And because I folded it in half to begin with, I'm just going to pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, pull this out, and then I'm going to separate my ends and bring it around to the back and tie it off. And you can see how easy this is, that we're making this in just a couple of minutes. And I could, like I said, I could turn this into a door swag if I wanted. Now these are wired, so I can just bring my flowers up. My ribbon is also wired. So I'm just going to shape my loops out. And we're just going to shape the loops here. Bring this flower up to the center. I love these. They're so lifelike. I ordered these, I believe I ordered the flowers off of either Temu or Shane. And I couldn't believe the quality of them. They're really nice. I'm just going to bring this up here. Bring this one up over here. And take that loop. Pull my loops around. And now, let's go to the front camera. Now you have this really pretty centerpiece, or you could also use it as a door swag. So what I'm going to do now is put you over to Joette, and she's going to make a lantern swag.
Hello, everybody. Sandy, that would also make a beautiful lantern swag. That's gorgeous. Love that ribbon.
Thank you.
I'm
I know,
going
me
to take,
too.
yeah, it was real refreshing looking. I'm going to take a length of Bowdabra bow wire. I want to get it a little bit longer so we'll have enough left over at the end to tie around my lantern. So I'm going to fold it in half, place it down in the Bowdabra, tuck the ends underneath and out of my way. And I'm going to start out by filling it with foliage. I don't even
Kimberly,
have very.
I'm going to bug you for a second. Kimberly said that this is her favorite live to watch, that she looks
Yes.
forward to the Monday live.
Wow, thank you. You just made my night. Well, I'm going to do something very simple tonight. This is unusual for me, but I have a little piece of it's a bush, a little lemon leaf bush, and I've parted it, and I've got 3 on each side, so I'll just kind of fan them out, and I'm going to place it down in the Bowdabra. I've already cut the stem off. I used that for something else at one time, obviously. So I don't normally even chop them off. And then I have this some stems of seeded eucalyptus. So I am going to, this is going to be my top and this will be my bottom. So I want extra on this side. So I'm going to put 2 stems down on to come towards me. And then I want them on both sides. I want to fill in this area because my flowers are going to go this way. So I want my foliage filling out this way along with the bow. So they'll all be in sync with each other. So I've got this going on. Looks like
And
that.
don't forget to let us know where you're watching from.
And I've got these linear looking stems and I'm going to go ahead and that kind of fan them out a little bit. I want them in pretty close. But I want them to lay pretty. So I want them leaning towards, I want them making like a U shape. I've got the top end. This is my bottom. And I've got a leaf on this end. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the top half. So it's not too long. I don't want it to overpower my lantern. So now I've got my flowers in. This is how it's looking. I don't have an overhead, so I'm trying to show you as I do it. So we're going to make something similar to a funky bow. I've got probably, this is about 2 feet, two, yeah, 2 feet of ribbon. So I'm going to make a funky bow. So I'm going to, on this piece, and then I'm going to take it up, or go a different direction, but a similar motion. So I'm going to twist that so my tail is upright, and I'm going to make my loop. I want my loop to go over here. So I'm going to scrunch that down. I want this tail on that side. So instead of just hanging tails in it, I did it with my funky bow. This is my top piece. I've only got one end of it dovetailed because I'm only using one tail and one loop. I'm going to bring it over, and I want this loop shorter for the top. So look, the bottom tail's longer. I'll place that down, and then I've got some of our Bowdabra burlap. So this is my last loop, so I need my next loop on this side. So I'm going to find the right side, there it is, and put a tail down and a loop up here, scrunch it in. So I folded it over, scrunched it, and now I have a tail, 2 tails on the bottom. And now, so what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 tails when I do put the loop on the top. I'm doing 1 tail when I put the loop at the bottom. So I don't have too many tails overpowering it. So here's another one. I've just dovetailed one in. I'm going to go ahead and scrunch this in. Wrong side. It's upside down, so that brings the right side when I fold it and scrunch it down. So there's a shorter tail. I'm going to go ahead and give it a good scrunch with my Bowdabra wand. And then I'm going to start with a different color. So again, we're bottom, last loop was here. So we're going to start up at the top again. Hope it's not upside down. I'll try to do it sideways so it doesn't look upside down to you. So So I'm going to twist and put my tail down here, fold a loop, and scrunch that down, and now I have two tails and one loop. Now I'm going to reverse it with one loop and one tail. So now we're going to hold it, scrunch it, and I'm going to go ahead and smash everything down with the wand again. You can see it coming together right in front of your eyes, and it's pretty much already fluffed. So here's our last piece, and it's what I started with. It's 2.5-inch wide Bowdabra ribbon from our spring kit, I think. It's really pretty. So this was my last loop down here. So I want this to go to the top, and we're going to put it in upside down and then pull it over. And this is going to be our button loop. It needs to be about 1.5, 2 inches long. So I've got this little short tail, and that's it. I'm just using one tail. So I'm going to give it one more good scrunch. And then I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire from underneath, take my loop in and pull the loose ends through while it's tight, or pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, and then remove it. And it's holding it together, but it's not secure yet. So I'm going to separate the wires, bring them to the back, and tie them up. Sorry, my grandson's in the background. He's just out of his preschool, and he's all wound up. So we're trying to keep him quiet, but it's not working. So this is my top, because I had my one tail here. I could have made it with two tails, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to be really pretty. I'm just going to fluff my loops out. It's just a real simple bow. And kind of separate them and just run your fingers through them. And then you can, to get your tail straight if you need to, you can just run your fingers down them like that. And it'll kind of curl them a little bit. So I'm going to get those going upward the same. And fill in any of the little gaps with your tails. Fluff. Pull that over to this side. And pull this over here. And then you have this beautiful, could be a centerpiece as well, small door swag. Wreath attachment. Could attach it to the wreath, but we made it for the purpose of making a lantern swag. So let me go ahead and get it tied on. So you can tie it from the top to, if there's some up, they're all different. So you can always find a place at the top to tie it on. And what's great about these, they make a really quick and easy gift, a thoughtful gift for somebody. Or they make, just you want to decorate seasonally, that's a good way to do it. You can just use these and change them out seasonally. They're just super simple to make, and then you can save them and reuse them each season. So it looks like I could have tied it a little lower, but I didn't make my wire long enough, but you get the idea. So anyway, you can go ahead and tie it on, and I'm just tying a shoe bow to get it done faster. You can shape it once you get it on. Make sure it's how you like it, and then refluff your bow if you messed it up. And then you have this beautiful and easy lantern swag in no time at all. I don't know if you can see it.
That's really pretty, Joette.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Yeah, thank you. You can adjust it to however to make it lay how you want it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye,
See you
Joette.
later. Bye.
Okay, now I'm going to use my mini Bowdabra, and don't forget in the chat, let me know which Bowdabra you have. Do you have the regular one or the mini? And I'm just going to take some of my Bowdabra bow wire, cut a piece long enough that I can fold it in half, and lay it down into my mini Bowdabra. Now we're going to make a Scrappy Bow, and I love this bow because I'll go to the overhead camera, because you can use up all your scraps of ribbon and make really cute little bows. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to do a little mountain in the middle because it lets me shape it better. So, because these are not wired ribbons. So I'm just doing my little mountain in the middle and scrunching it down. And I'm just going to lay these down in here and lay this down here. So we're just taking some scraps of ribbon that we just had laying around. Lay this down here. And I want to thank everybody so much for joining us for our live. And we just scrunch that there. So all we're doing is making a bow from the scraps of ribbon, and we're going to put it on a little vase. So lay this here. And I'm kind of shaping it as I go. And so I'm in Las Vegas, and it's been raining here all day. And I have a white, many of you have heard me talk about Sapphire, my white Siberian Husky. Well, she's not white today. She found the mud and came in, and she was really mad at me because I basically made her stay outside till she got some, because she's really good at grooming herself, till some of the mud came off. But oh my goodness, she just was not happy with me. So now I'm going to just pull that through the slip knot, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. Now I'm going to take it out, bring it around to the back, and I'm going to tie it off and tie another knot here. And now I'm just going to shape it. So we're just pulling all the pieces to either side of my Bowdabra, of my bow. I do that. A lot of times I'll say loops instead of bow, or bow instead of loops. When I'm doing the lives, I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. And bring this here. And now I'm going to take my vase, and make sure you let us know where you're watching from. And all I'm going to do is take my Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon, and I'm just going to put this down into the bottom because it'll add like a little bit of color. And then I'm going to take my flowers, put those in. Now this just makes a really cute little floral vase. And bring this over here. Yeah, we do. We have 1,000 videos on YouTube, and every Wednesday I put out a new one. So make sure that you watch and check on Wednesdays for the new videos. And of course, on Mondays we do the live. So I'm just going to tie this. Sorry, I don't know if you can see me tying it, but I'm just going to knot that, clip it, and you can see from the front. Isn't that pretty and so super simple to make? I'm going to make a really nice hostess gift. And we just use the blue baby's breath, but you could use any kind of flower in here. And I'm going to put that aside. And now I'm going to go back to my big Bowdabra. I'm going to take some of my Bowdabra bow wire and try not to knot my, oh, well, it looks like, oh, nope, it didn't. Okay. Take a piece of my Bowdabra bow wire, and I'm going to fold it in half and lay it down in my Bowdabra. And I'm just going to tuck the ends. Whoops, let's lay it down there first. Tuck the ends underneath so they stay out of my way. And then I'm going to take, I've got about 2 yards of a 21-inch wide mesh. And I'm just going to scrunch this down into my Bowdabra. Oh, thank you, Nancy. And scrunch this down. And oh, everybody who's shared, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And if you know anybody that you think would like the Bowdabra and like our videos, please share it with them and let them know about Bowdabra. And scrunch this down here. I'm actually going to take my wand and give it a good scrunch. I love this yellow mesh. It's so pretty, and it just I don't know, the yellow, it's so spring-like. And lay this in here. Lay this in here, and we've already spread out the flowers. And they're just a pretty filler flower that we have. Lay this down in here. And then I'm going to take my spring yellow ribbon, and we're just going to lay this down here. And yes, and we do, Brenda's asking if we can make a wrist corsage for a little girl dance. Yes, we definitely can. I don't have the materials right here to make it, but we do have some videos on YouTube that show how to make a wrist corsage. And just going to fold and twist and fold and twist. So definitely, if you go to the Bowdabra.com, I'm sure that Joette can put a link in there for the Bowdabra. Now, do you have the mini Bowdabra or the big Bowdabra? And then now I'm just going to put my little flower, little orchid in the middle, and just give everything a good scrunch. And find my wire and bring it up here. Take it from the other side and bring it up. And you can see it forming. I'm just going to pull everything really tight. And what I can do, though, is show you a really pretty flower that you could put on a corsage. So now we're just going to tie this off and tie a knot. Now I'm just going to shape my loops out, and bring this over here. Bring my orchid to the middle. And keep shaping. And now you have a really pretty door swag, or it could even be used as a centerpiece. So I hope you guys love this. And also make sure that you let me know if you're watching on the live or if you're watching the replay, because we do read the comments. So now I'm going to put this one aside, and I'm going to make, I think what we'll do is make a wreath. So let me grab my wreath. And my wreath just fell over. So I'm going to make a wreath bow, but let me grab my wreath. I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh dear. Okay, I'm back. But we have the wreath, and what I did with my wreath is we just covered it with a 4-inch burlap, and it's just a Dollar Tree wired wreath. So there's nothing special. And now what I'm going to do is take some of our really pretty spring ribbon. Oh, first I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, and I need to cut a piece that's long enough that I can tie it onto the wreath when I'm done making my bow. So I'm just going to fold that in half and lay this down into my Bowdabra, and lay this down here. Thank you guys so much for the kudos. I really appreciate when you comment and let me know how you like the projects. So we're just, now all of these are pre-dovetailed, but this is my favorite. I mean, sometimes we cut these just to make this bow. This is one of my favorite bows because you can use up all of your scraps of ribbon. We have our burlap there, and I love the colors that the burlap comes in. So much, it's so light and cheery. We haven't, I guess Joette used the burlap in her bow earlier, or her lantern swag. And scrunch this down. And scrunch this. And lay this down in here. So all we're doing, it's like this is a bow that I challenge anybody not to be able to make because it's so simple. All you're doing is just laying the ribbon in here, and then I'm going to finish it up with a little scrunchy bow in the center, and just fold that over. And I'll take my wand, give everything a good push. And now I'm going to take my Bowdabra wire, pull it up, pull it through my slip knot, have everything really tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. I'm going to bring it out, separate the ends, bring it around to the back. Kimberly Carr Peterson, you're our winner. Congratulations. So please PM Bowdabra on Facebook. And we'll send you, let me know what color scrunchy ribbon that you want. Do you want gold, silver, or, well, let me shape this out first. Do you want gold, silver, or red? And as you can see, we use the scrunchy ribbon for lots of things. Obviously, I love the scrunchy bows that we make with it, but you can use it for so many other things. And now I'm just going to take this and tie it onto my wreath. And just bring it here. And I'm just going to twist it a little bit so that it stays really tight, because by twisting it, the wire will get taut and it'll stay real tight on the Bowdabra. And then I'll just tie a knot at the end. We'll double knot that just for good measure. And clip the ends. And just, so you have this great little wreath with a really pretty wreath bow. And I probably would pull it, down to the side a little bit. So isn't that pretty? Thank you, everybody. And now what I'm going to do is put this aside. And we're going to go back to our mini Bowdabra. And as promised, I'm going to show you how to make a little flower. Let's grab our little flower pieces here and take my mini Bowdabra. And I think I'll take my gold Bowdabra bow wire. We're getting to the end of this roll. I'm going to have to get a new one. And fold it in half. And lay it down into the Bowdabra. Tuck the ends underneath. Go to our overhead camera so you can see what I'm doing. And we've basically, what we're doing is the opposite of dovetailing. We cut our leaves with a point. I mean, our leaves with a point. I'm just going to lay this down in here and take my other leaves and lay those down. And lay this down in here. And don't forget, everybody, to let me know if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. And we'll lay this down in here. And I'll take my one last piece. Now, the one thing about making these little flowers, I love making them. And we're just going to take this little bit of baby's breath and lay it down into the center. Take my wand, give everything a good scrunch down. And I'm going to take this, pull my ends through my slip knot. And what's so cool is how many projects we can make in just our 30 minutes. So we've made our wreath, we made a door swag, Joette made a lantern swag, and I made a centerpiece or it could be a door swag. So definitely, if you're just coming on, make sure that you go back and watch the replay so you can see how we made all of those great projects. And I'm just going to twist this rather than knotting it. And then I can tie this. You could turn this into a little cute little wrist corsage for a little girl. But we do have, I believe Joette probably put where the wrist, of course, where you can get the wrist corsage. Thank you. I love these flowers. They're like my favorite thing to make, and they're so, so simple to make. So I can't believe our half hour is already done, but I want to thank all you so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Also, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and all the great videos that we have on there. So bye, everybody.